some fans out there. Thanks for joining us from Mickey Mouse Club. Now, you're going to show us some skateboarding, right?
Well, thanks for inviting us. We're out to session with Damon and Randy. We're going to have some fun on the ramps.
Good. All right, well, let's get to it, and we'll give you some music, all right?
Okay. Go ahead, Chris.
All right, you tell me what's going on.
Rip it up.
All right. You tell me what's going on. Tell me what he's doing here.
Well, Chris Miller is a large ramp skater, but he likes to skate mini ramps such as this. And he just did a backside pivot. That trick is a pivot to rock and roll. He's gyrating across the flat bottom into a frontside grind, gyrating again, into a frontside air.
Is that an aerial?
An air, which is also slang for aerial. That maneuver was a 50-50 truck grind, using it to get speed into a backside aerial, which Chris is very good at.
And this is just like skating, right? You have names for everything. Ice skating?
Oh, yeah, sure.
All right, that was Chris Miller. All right, here's Gator. Tell me what he's doing.
All right, there's a sweeper. And a backside bonus to the tail.
Now,
the 50-50 grind is what that's called. A little backside air.
Really, is that difficult?
All right, yeah, it's a little bit difficult to get air on these ramps. They're a little small for doing aerials.
I got you.
That's a pivot to tail.
You guys actually do this inside a pool, right? A drain pool?
Yeah, sometimes. All right, Gator, great run.
All right, now, are you guys going to do something together?
Sure, we can do something together.
You want to brew up a couple doubles?
Sure.
Do something together.
Let's do it.
All right,
you go
great.
backside, I'll go frontside.
I'll follow you.
All right.
Don't get too close. Don't get closer.
I'm going to stall.
Go ahead. All right.
Yeah.
Go on.
No, roll out. Right on, Chris. Good job.
Go ahead, get it.
Yeah.
All right.
Good job, man.
All right.
Incredible!
Thank you.
Oh, you guys are great.
I'll tell you, that was...
So how long have you been skating?
About 11 years.
I've been doing it for about 12 years. 6 years professional.
That's great. Now, I know it's very tough skating, and y'all make it look so easy. How much do y'all practice?
I usually practice about 3 or 4 hours, usually 5-6 days a week, and I take a couple days off because otherwise I'll get hurt.
Yeah, you gotta let the bumps and bruises heal, if you know what I mean.
What's the hardest trick you do?
Well, probably on these ramps, it's kind of hard to get aerials. We like to go fast and do spins and twists and all sorts of outrageous things.
Yeah, there's a trick
Great.
called a McTwist, which is a 1.5 flip, and that's really difficult. I'm just trying to get that wired.
I'll bet you'll get it. Now, let's see. Skateboarding, it's really, I'm sure, dangerous, like y'all were just saying. What are some really smart, safe tips that y'all can give us for skateboarding?
Well, it depends what kind of terrain you're riding, but in general, I would always recommend, knee pads, of course. The elbow pads are very important, and I wear wrist guards. And on the bigger ramps, I like to wear a helmet just to protect the noggin. My motto is, better a bucket on your brain than your brain in a bucket.
Right. I like that motto. I like that. It was great. Well, Fred, do we have some questions in the audience?
Yeah, we do. You got a question here?
Yeah. Do you have any advice for any amateur skaters that would want to try to become pro skaters?
Yeah, I would say just as long as they're enthusiastic and they maintain that level of enthusiasm and they just keep it going, having a great time, putting everything they have into it, then in a couple of years, maybe maybe they'll reach the professional level.
So you do a little skateboarding?
Yeah, I used to a little bit.
You think you might go professional on us?
Nah, I don't think.
Well, keep working at it. You should. Thanks for your question. All right, you got another question over here.
Yes, can both of y'all do inverted implants?
Yeah, we can do inverts. This isn't a great ramp to do them on in that it's so small, but we like to do them wherever we can. Maybe we'll pull off a couple for you.
What's an invert for those of us who don't know?
An invert is an aerial where you go up the side of the ramp, you hold onto your board, and you do a one-handed handstand on the top edge of the ramp.
Now, you guys are world champs. Now, what kind of goals? Where can you go from here?
Well, being that we've done a lot of TV work and a lot of contests, a lot of competition, a lot of product development, and we've got boards named after us, we both have a lot of experience in product development. So me personally, I'd like to do a lot more of that and keep designing clothing and stay within skateboard realms, but I'd like to get into some movies and stuff too. That would be nice.
Great.
Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, I would just like to really do well in skateboard competitions and really master the skill of competition and, get over being nervous and falling in contests and just do a lot better, maybe be a world champion.